This Sunday, we have three readings that are all written at roughly the same time. This is unusual. Usually, we have readings that are written from perspectives centuries, if not millennia, apart. But today we have Acts, Luke's sequel to his gospel, written at the end of the first century, the Gospel of John, written roughly contemporaneously, and the first letter of Peter, written during this same period in time. For all three, Christianity and Judaism were facing an existential threat. Rome had not just suppressed a Jewish revolt in Jerusalem, the temple had been destroyed, and the people had been killed or taken as prisoners to Rome to become slaves or publicly executed. Rome had done what Babylon had done years before, but with more permanence. Until this point, Christians and Jews saw each other as heretical versions of the same religion. But with the destruction, they started to see one another as truly separate faiths. Christians began to share and revere as scriptures those documents that had previously been seen as helpful, but not really holy. Mark's gospel and the letters of Paul. The first letter of Peter, not written by Peter himself, but by a member of the community for which he would be known as the first bishop of Rome, most directly addresses the concerns of the contemporaneous readers. The other passages were written into the time of Jesus and use the words of Jesus and the experience of the apostles to speak to these later Christians and to us today. But they also speak to this experience of feeling lost, of feeling like the world is not the world we are meant for or that we have been promised. Now, to be clear, the Christians to which this was originally addressed were facing far more pressing existential threats, especially in Rome. They had watched friends and family members tortured and executed for being or being suspected of being Christian. But with this pressing existential threat, there was also a greater sense of clarity of how to stay alert and who the adversary was. The Roman Empire was clearly the oppressor and the representative of the devil in the world for these early Christians. They lived in a world in which there were Christians, and there were those who were accusing others of being Christian and subsequently torturing or murdering Christians. In the United States, today, we see something else. We see those who most publicly and explicitly declare themselves to be Christian being the oppressors of other Christians. It is those who call themselves Christian that have forced Christian immigrants into concentration camps and sent them back to countries where they face almost certain death. It is those who call themselves Christians who shot pepper spray, rubber bullets, and live rounds at Christian protesters in Minneapolis, killing 2, permanently disabling dozens more, and causing long-term psychological harm to the entire city. It is those who call themselves Christian that have condoned the killing of Palestinian and Lebanese Christians in defense of Israel and a misguided obsession with bringing about the day of the Lord. And it is those who call themselves Christian that have driven the highest ranking Christian chaplain from the U.S. Armed Forces because he was the wrong type of Christian. And so, while we do not have the might of the Roman Empire openly hunting Christians today, it can feel like we are lost and have been abandoned by our God. That we are standing around gazing up at heaven, asking ourselves, where did Jesus go? When is he coming back? And so the words of the writer of 1 Peter are for us as well. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Discipline yourselves. Keep alert. Jesus is not with us in the flesh, but God continues to watch over us all and protect us as he protected those who have gone before us in faith. In the midst of a world which prizes competitiveness, wealth, and prestige, even and increasingly, especially when it comes at the cost of others, we are called to live lives of faith, hope, and love, bringing God alive in our midst to those around us. Amen.